If you're thinking about buying a home in the Bay Area and wondering what to do first, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll walk you through the 10 easy steps of buying a home in the Bay Area. So let's get started. Okay, step number 1, find a real estate agent. Not any real estate agent, you need an agent you know. By the way, hi, I'm Maria, nice to meet you. I'm a real estate agent. See, that was easy. You know an agent now. And if you want to know more about me, I'll put a link in the description below with details and some fun random facts like what my childhood dream job was and my favorite chocolate. You know, important stuff. Okay, so now you found a real estate agent you know, like, and trust. Go ahead and put my contact information in your cell phone right now so you don't lose it. My number's right here at the bottom of the screen, and I'll leave it there for a little bit so you can keep watching while you type it into your contacts. And if you want, go ahead and pause the video and send me a text just to let me know that you're watching my video. Okay, step number 2, get pre-qualified. Now, don't skip this step. It's not that I don't want to show you homes. Not knowing what your pre-qualification loan amount is, we could be wasting a lot of time looking at homes that you can't or don't want to buy anyway. Right now, homes are selling so fast that if you did find the perfect house, it would be very unlikely that a lender could get you pre-qualified fast enough to get a competitive offer put in. Let's face it, you have good taste, and there's going to be some other buyers that are interested in that same house, and they probably have their pre-qualification done, and they'll beat you to it. Plus, if any credit issues come up on your credit report, the sooner you know, the better. Your lender can advise you on steps to take to improve your credit score. Also, all lenders are different. One might tell you no, while another one will give you the green light to move forward. There's a lot of differences between lenders too. So your best bet is to ask a realtor you know, like and trust, like me, for a recommendation. Hey, and since you just texted me back in step 1, go ahead and text me now and let me know if you already have your pre-qualification done or if you'd like me to refer you to a lender. Okay, step 3, visiting properties. This is the step that everybody looks forward to, but before we can head out, that means you and I, need to talk a bit more. Now that we know what amount you're qualified for, it's time to get all your wants and needs really narrowed down so that I can get a short list going of all the homes currently on the market that check all or most of your boxes that you want and that you need. And of course, what your preferences are. Then I'll send you over a list of homes I found for you so you can preview them online and let me know which ones you'd like to see in person. If we find the perfect home, then we'll move on to step 4. If not, we'll keep searching every day and we'll repeat this step for as often and as long as we need to until we find the perfect home for you. Now, you might not realize this, but I'm actually a matchmaker. Wait, not that kind. I match people and homes together, not people and people together. Well, anyway, you get it. Never mind. On to step 4. Step number 4. This is where we negotiate. When we found the house that you want to make an offer on, it's time to negotiate. First, I'll research the most recent comparable sales for the home so we know what other similar homes have sold for. Then, I'll get in touch with the listing agent and get as much information as I can. Then I'll discuss with you some recommendations and options to include in the offer to make it as competitive as possible. This step can be stressful because there is an element of uncertainty. There's a good amount of unknowns and it can feel a little bit like playing chess. Well, I imagine anyway. I actually don't play chess, but I think this is what it would feel like. Anyway, at this point, we're trying to submit a winning offer and at least stay in the game and get a counter offer back. And by the way, you're in good hands here. I'm good at this part. Someday, ask me to tell you a story about how when I returned a car I had for 3 months. Let me preface this by saying it wasn't a lemon and I wasn't trying to pull a fast one over on the dealer. The dealer messed up the paperwork, the contract, the financing, and well, a lot of things, and they never told me. Anyway, it's a long story, but I'll tell you about it someday. Step 5, seller accepts offer. Congratulations! Once a seller accepts your offer, now we enter the escrow phase. Escrow typically lasts about 30 days. It can be longer or shorter. The number of days is agreed on in the purchase contract. During the escrow period, we'll be working with an escrow officer and a title company to get all the documents in order. The escrow company will also hold your deposit funds until the sale is final. Also be aware that during the escrow phase, you will periodically be asked to sign additional documents, either by me or my transaction coordinator. I always tell my clients to be very cautious because there are scammers out there who try to intercept emails and impersonate agents or escrow officers. Keep your guard up. If anything looks fishy or out of place, text me before you sign anything to verify if it came from me or my TC or escrow. I want you to be extra cautious, so don't hesitate to call me and get a verbal confirmation. I mean, think about this. If Shark Tank's Barbara Cochran can be taken by a scammer in a real estate transaction, anybody can. Okay, step number 6, review the disclosures. You might be able to review some or all the disclosures prior to making an offer, but they're not always available. If they aren't available at the time that we submit your offer, we'll add into the contract that the seller must deliver the disclosures in X amount of days. It's a good idea to go over every page and make sure you understand and accept what's being disclosed. If you have any questions about anything, write it down. Know what page of the disclosure you saw it on and let me know as soon as possible so I can get an answer and clarify your questions. Since you will have to sign off that you accept whatever is in the disclosures by a certain date, the sooner the better that we get your questions answered. Step 7, working through the loan process. Even though you were pre-approved, there will still be a lot of documents requested of you by your lender. Truly, it can be very annoying when they ask for documents and you give them what they've asked for, and then a day or two later, they ask for more. It can feel like it's never going to end. Never going to end. When I bought my first home, I found this to be the most stressful part. I may have even cried a few times, but had I known that this was normal and been expecting so many requests from the lender, I'm sure I would have handled it better. But no one told me, like I'm telling you now. Step 8, inspections. If you're going to get your own inspections done, now is the time to do it. They aren't mandatory, but they are recommended. If it's something you want to do, we need to schedule them as soon as possible after your offer was accepted. Step 9, the final walkthrough. Okay, we're getting close to the closing day and we need to go back to the home and do a final walkthrough. This is to ensure that the condition of the property hasn't changed since you last saw it and anything the seller was supposed to do or repair before closing has been done. People can do some strange things sometimes. I've seen people swap out a fancy light fixture and replace it with a cheap one, remove all the shower heads and just leave the bare pipe in the wall. And I've even seen them swap out kitchen appliances for cheaper ones. The bottom line is, don't skip the final walkthrough. Step 10, the closing of escrow. Transfer the remainder of the down payment to the escrow account. The lender funds the loan and you sign off on all the final closing documents with a notary. Usually by the next afternoon, the transfer of title is recorded with the county and you're officially the homeowner. Congratulations! Once we receive confirmation that your transaction has been recorded, I'll meet you at the property and give you the keys. Take a few photos in front of your new house and there may or may not be some tasty celebratory drinks flowing. Then I'll ask you to leave me a glowing 5-star review and then we'll part ways. But not to worry, it's not goodbye. I'm going to check in on you periodically to catch up and see how things are going in your new home. Now don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. And if you skipped out on texting me in step 1 or in step 2 for a lender recommendation, go ahead and do it now. All my contact information is in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video.